From the top and the bottom is where they feel at. Because we hard-headed, the bottom is where we dwell at. Black boys still at the end up inside a Stella. Oh, we be trying to be popping up on your TV. Popular from Canada, giving no down to Fiji. Yeah, man, we be trying to be Tuskegee Airmen. But when the propeller stopping you, we eject from that cockpit. Gotta do something else for a profit. Reserve until your body resign. All about a dollar and a good time. All because you can't discern the design. So we needed something better. They offer they soul to sell them. I ain't got no deal, cause I would not shut up. This ignorance they set up, yeah, the whole thing is set up. Feed you what they want you to be through the TV. Looking at yourself, these are the images you see. You see, still at the bottom, yeah, we are. Still at the bottom, yeah, my old kid, yeah, still at the bottom, yeah, we are. Still at the bottom, yeah, my whole kid, yeah, still at the bottom, yeah, we are. Still at the bottom, yeah, my whole clique, yeah, still at the bottom, yeah, we are. Still at the bottom, yeah, my whole clique, yeah, daddy. Mama receiving food stamps. Well, how baby be serving out that boot camp? Uncle Sam make the rules, it'll be a violation if she said she had a dude. And this is part of the manipulation. All of these stipulations, they still raping our women, deteriorating their families, which is our foundation. And according to our sanity, still at the bottom, yeah, we are. Still at the bottom, yeah, my old kid, yeah, still at the bottom, yeah, we are. Still at the bottom, yeah, my whole kid, yeah, still at the bottom, yeah, we are. Still at the bottom, yeah, my whole kid, yeah, still at the bottom, yeah, we are. Still at the bottom, yeah, my whole kid, yeah, still at the bottom, yeah, we are. Your vote is not valid, won't waste your time at the ballot. You made your bed, now get comfortable up on that ballot. Then highly others Democrat because his skin is busy. But that don't mean you zag. For 100 years, how you pacify his ass. Take a black face, make a manneristic sad. Give us record deals and a football field. Still at the bottom, yeah, we are. Still at the bottom, yeah, my old kid, still at the bottom, yeah, we are. Still at the bottom, yeah, my whole kid, still at the bottom, yeah, we are. Still at the bottom, yeah, my whole kid, still at the bottom, yeah, we are. Still at the bottom, yeah, my whole kid, daddy. Can we go higher? 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 Can we go higher?
I cannot say thank you enough. This has been a very difficult day for Stephon Clark's family, especially his grandmother and all of them. Madam President, we had the solemn obligation in preparing for an independent autopsy to go view Stephon's body. No family should have to endure this pain and suffering as they try to seek answers for execution of their loved one who is only holding a cell phone, shot 20 times. People who committed a mass shooting in Florida were not shot once, but a young black man holding a cell phone is shot 20 times. Young men who were bombing homes in Austin, Texas. The police followed him for hours. He wasn't shot once, but an unarmed black man holding a cell phone is shot 20 times. You know, the Clark family isn't the only family who has had to endure this long pain and suffering. Since 2015, Reverend Harris, 73 families have had to endure similar experiences. Over 70 black men have been shot unarmed by police bullets. This is all too often a pattern in America. This is reminiscent of Terrence Crutcher in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where you had the helicopter flying overhead. This is reminiscent of so many police shootings of unarmed black and brown people. Right now, we stand on the east.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to the Most High Yahweh in the name of His Son Yahweh Shai. And we want to say greetings to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered abroad. My name is Yachanan Maccabeus.
My name is Chadikil.
Shalom, this is Mikael.
And today's lesson is police brutality, and ye shall be slain before your enemies. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through this Bible and show you why we're being slain before our enemies. And like we always like to start off, we're going to go to the book of John, chapter 8, verse 32.
John chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
And what we're going to do is we're going to go through this Bible and we're going to show you the truth of why we are being slain before our enemies. From there, we're going to go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 10. And it reads, for precept must be upon precept. For precept must be upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little and there a little. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through this Bible precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little bit. We're going to take a little bit from the Old Testament and a little bit from the New Testament. We're going to bring it together. We're going to show you why we are being slain before our enemies. Why we are being slain by the police all throughout the country and all throughout the world. From there, we're going to go to the book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 17. And it reads, and I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you, and ye shall flee when none pursueth.
So this is about prophecy about our people. I'm talking about chosen people most time, talking about the so-called blacks, the whole so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans. We're the ones getting oppressed more than any other racial group in this country.
Okay.
And the people that are supposed to protect us, who our taxpayer money goes to, the boys in blue, the police, they are executing us in the streets on video camera, on broad daylight. Then the boys in black, the judges, won't even indict them after unsurmountable evidence.
That's right. We got police killing our youth right here in all the projects all around the world, and none of them are being held accountable for it. None of them are being brought to trial for their actions. They're killing people on reservations, and it's not even being put on TV at all. You know, and this has been going on for years and decades. This isn't something new. This is something that has been hitting our people for decades. And what we need to do as a people is we need to go back to these laws, statutes, and commandments so the Most High can protect us from our enemies, because He's the only person that's going to deliver us from our enemies if we keep these laws.
And kind of with the latest police slaying of Stephen Clark, which is kind of video where a brother was running away from the cops and or allegedly running away from the cops, and they executed, shot him 20 times in his backyard. Shows you that we're still in captivity. You're not free. You're not an American. You don't enjoy the rights that the so-called Edomites and other nations enjoy, the freedoms, liberties in America as they do.
Ken, and these are allegations. Like, to me, this doesn't even really make sense for like somebody to commit a crime and then run to their backyard, you know, and then get shot with a cell phone on his lap. This sound like dude was just lounging to me, but I'm just making an assumption. From there, we're gonna go to the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. The book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. Yeah, you can read it.
All right, Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, Blessed be Yahweh, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not.
That's right. So the people that's killing us right now, they are holding themselves not guilty. We done seen time and time again, the police have killed us and they have been found not guilty over and over again. Especially in cases like we had Jeremy Bam Bam McDowell. You know, this was a guy who was out in his wheelchair about 5 years ago. He's in his wheelchair. He couldn't even comprehend the fact that the police was telling him to lift his hands in the air. This was somebody who was mentally handicapped, and they asked him to lift his hands in the air. Let alone that they had already shot him. So you expect somebody that's bleeding out and he's grabbing his wounds to stick his hands in the air after he done already been shot and he's mentally handicapped. But let alone that, we got these police officers who have no accountability, who claim that they felt like their life was threatened, but they wasn't ducking down behind any of it. If you go back and watch the video, all you gotta do is probably put in Wilmington, Delaware, a police killed guy in a wheelchair. These police are walking out right in front of him and they shoot him up to like 20 times. Like, this makes no sense. How could you say you fear for your life for a guy who was in a wheelchair and all of y'all walking out in front of him and then none of y'all try to walk up behind him to subdue him? It made no sense, but you're gonna use deadly force.
You ain't need to see the video. They just made target practice out of that poor brother.
Let alone that, like, it took over 5 years for them to come to a settlement for this kid. Over 5 years. And they only gave this family $1.5 million for this man's life, whose man's life was worth more than this $1.5 million. I mean, imagine the anguish that they going through over the past couple of years because they lost a handicapped family member that got slain in his wheelchair because he didn't comprehend that he needed to put his hands in the air after you have already shot him.
I want to read the bottom part of that passage again. Zechariah 11:5 says, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. So they want you to say, after all this wickedness America do, they want you to stand up for the national anthem and say, God bless America.
Yeah.
We do whatever we want to, and the Most High is always going to be with us.
But they got a rude awakening coming to them because the Most High is going to restore us. But it's up to you as a people to bethink yourselves. As long as we're not doing what the Most High asks us to, we're going to be under the rule of this cruel people, these people with the fierce continence. You understand? It's written. And we got to stand up and we got to go back to loving ourselves because when things like this happen, they don't care that the police kill us because they say that you killing each other. So what we gotta do is we gotta step up and we gotta love on each other. And we gotta stop killing each other so they can't even say things like that, even though it don't make it right so that they doing it. From there, we're gonna go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 7. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50.
All right, I can bring it down. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 7. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, We offend not, because they have sinned against Yahweh, the habitation of justice, even Yahweh, the hope of their fathers.
Can you bring that out again?
Yeah, let me bring that out again. Jeremiah 50, verse 7. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we have, Salaki, we offend not, because we have sinned against Yahweh, the habitation of justice, even Yahweh, the hope of their fathers.
So that right there, that's showing you that these people, they're not even having themselves being held accountable.
Exactly.
They showing you blatantly. They recording it. They got body cams. They got helicopters hovering over, and they showing you that they slaying us, and they holding themselves not accountable for what they doing. Let alone that they don't care. They saying they not offending nobody by doing it.
You can't even get an indictment to even go to trial.
These 4 officers, none of them has been brought to trial. None of them has been held accountable. These officers that walked up on this kid in his backyard, he let off 20 shots and he got a cell phone on his lap. And nobody's being held accountable for this right now. This is just despicable action right now. That's why it's important that we go back and we love on ourselves and we love on each other. Because our enemies is not gonna do it.
That's right. And a shame these officers, instead of getting sent to prison, they're getting paid vacations at taxpayers' expenses.
From there, we're going to go to the book of Luke, chapter 3, verse 14. The book of Luke, chapter 3, excuse me, verse 14. And it reads, "And the soldiers likewise demanded of him, saying, And what shall we do?"
So this is John the Baptist, where he was preaching at the Jordan River, and the scribes and different people was coming down to hear him preach, and the soldiers, which is your modern day policemen, came up to John the Baptist, say, what can they do to be in good favor with the Most High?
And the soldiers likewise demand of him, saying, And what shall we do? And he said unto them, Do violence to no man.
Wait, shoot a man in a wheelchair?
Do violence to no man.
Shoot a boy with just a cell phone?
Do violence to no man.
Okay.
Neither accuse any falsely.
Wait, so you slander them?
Neither accuse any falsely.
Okay.
And be content with your wages.
So you can't be like a training day cop then, taking bribes and stealing people's property and all that.
Shooting this handicapped man saying he had a gun on his lap. Shooting this kid in his backyard saying he had a gun on his lap and it was a cell phone. Just walking up on this random dude, he chilling in his backyard and y'all claiming that. What they say he did?
Accuse him of charging towards them.
And he said, and it's clear video of him sitting on his lawn chair.
One guy charging at an army of police officers.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, police officers supposed to have all the experience, all the training, body armor, and that just don't make no sense at all. But a kid can go shoot a high school and execute 17 kids, and y'all can bring him out unharmed and unscathed.
Can. Or if you shoot up a church and then go eat some Burger King. That makes no sense.
Read that again for I don't think these police officers get it.
And the soldiers likewise demand of him, saying, And what shall we do? And he said unto them, Do violence to no man.
So do no unnecessary violence to an innocent man.
Neither accuse any falsely.
So don't slander against a person either. You shoot them, then plant a gun or drugs on them and say this is the reason why we was justified in killing.
And be content with your wages. And it makes no sense that they're going out there and they're doing this time and time again. They just did this last year. Last year, the police killed over 750 blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, east to west coast. They did this. Slakia. Even under President Obama, more blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans got killed by the police when we had a so-called black president because they slapped a so-called black face on there. And instead of using civil rights to combat the police brutality, they used it to shoe in some LGBT rights instead of address the rights of the real civil rights. Because number one, even if this is a gay person, they black before they gay. So they struggle equates to them being black, not being a homosexual. There has never been a gay person that got beat up by police for walking down the street because they was gay. There was never no homosexual that got tied, strung, and hung from a tree because they was gay. This happened to blacks and Hispanics throughout the country. So it's a mockery that they even try to equate something like that, these pride marches, to even the civil rights marches. You're gonna try to equate grown men walking down the street in lewd behavior, dressed in women's lingerie, to our ancestors, black Hispanics and Native Americans, getting dog sicked on them. That's foolishness. But y'all wanna say Barack the best president in the world, that the best president we ever had, while the best leader we ever had was Yahushua.
That's right.
From there, we're gonna go to the book of Psalms, chapter 79. The book of Psalms,
Wait, let's go to Ecclesiastes 7:7. We gotta bring that up.
okay, Clan.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7.
Bring it out.
Surely oppression make a wise man mad, and the gift destroyeth the heart. So seeing your brothers on video every other day getting gunned down by the police, you should be mad as hell. You should be mad as hell about this. There's no ifs, ands, buts, or excuses for it. These are supposed to be trained professionals that are supposed to protect and serve our communities, and they are gunning our innocent brothers and sisters down every day. Like Yakanan said, there was over 700 murders by the police last year. That's up 2 murders a day. Seen videos like in one in Chicago where a brother was running in front of the police trying to climb a fence and they gunned him down in the back. You should be mad as hell at the condition that our people are in.
Can.
Let me read that again, Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and the gift destroyeth the heart. And that's why they give people settlements to try to pacify that anger that they have for them. Like Corinne Gaines' family, her soul rest in peace. Her family got awarded like $30 million a couple weeks ago.
Oh, let's not forget Sandra Bland. She got pulled over for a traffic stop, and she got killed while she was locked up. Or the kid from Connecticut, he just got killed down in Georgia. He was walking down the street to his sister's house from his mother's house at 2 in the morning, and the police gonna kill this guy. He had his whole future ahead of him. He was in college, and they wouldn't even let his mother see him. And then 2 weeks later, they show up at his mother's house talking about this kid is dead. This is what they doing to us. But see, the Most High is allowing these things to happen to us because we being foolish enough not to keep God's laws. We not loving our neighbor like we love ourselves. We not loving the Most High with all our heart by keeping these commandments and laws. We worry about twerking. That's what our women are worried about. And our men worry about having the most hoes. We worry about partying on Friday night. Instead of keeping the Sabbath, we profaning the Sabbath. We worry about selling each other drugs and getting rich. That's what we worry about, selling poison to our people. Instead of loving on your people and telling Shorty on the corner to stop tricking.
And I also want to say that a settlement does not deem you unworthy of forgiveness because you still haven't accepted responsibility for the action or repented to the family. So if you can't forgive someone that does not repent.
Just like you said, a gift, a spoiled heart. That family know damn well that kid, he worth more than 1.5 million. You're never gonna see him again. But you done took a settlement for him instead of fought back against these police. And let them get off with a clear ticket. And they still gonna be police.
Come.
From there, we're gonna go to the book of Psalms,
79.
chapter 79. The book of Psalms, chapter 79. Oh God, the heathen are come into thine inheritance. Thy holy temple have they defiled. They have laid Jerusalem on heaps.
And we know that Jerusalem, besides places, the people first and foremost, which is the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And the heathen are trampling the Most High's people every day in the society.
Can the dead bodies of thy servants have they given to be meat unto the fowls of the heaven, the flesh of thy saints unto the beast of the earth.
Ever since the Edomites kidnapped our people and brought us to this damn country, they've been slaughtering us ever since 1619 to 2018.
Their blood have they shed like water round about Jerusalem, and there was none to bury them.
It seems like every day on the news now there's a new brother getting murdered by the police. It's getting common now. It's not a surprise anymore.
Verse 4. We are become a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and derision to them that are round about us.
You seen the other nations getting being victims of police brutality as much as so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You see the so-called Arabs getting constantly slaughtered by police, or the so-called Japanese or the Asian people, or any other nation that's getting slaughtered as much as our people are.
Okay. Verse 5. How long, Lord, wilt thou be angry forever? Shall thy jealousy burn like fire?
So how many more Eric Garners are there going to be? How many more Alton Sterlings or Stephen Clarks? How many more victims are going to have to die? How many more are you going to allow, Most High?
Pour out thy wrath upon the heathen that have not known thee, and upon the kingdoms that have not called upon thy name.
Wait, we want you to have mercy on the heathen. Is that what it said?
Pour out thy wrath upon the heathen that have not known thee, and upon the kingdoms that have not called upon thy name.
So it's a righteous thing to ask Most High for vengeance among the heathen for the way they've been slaughtering our people all these years.
That's right. For they have devoured Jacob and laid waste his dwelling place.
Okay.
Oh, remember not against us former iniquities. Let thy tender mercy speedily prevent us, for we are brought very low.
So forgive us, Father, for the trespasses our forefathers made to bring us in the situation that we're in now.
Salaki, and that's why it's also important that you begin to bethink yourself and go back to these law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
We done tried every last thing. We done tried marching. We done tried holding hands. When are y'all gonna go back to these law, statutes, and commandments? Aren't y'all sick and tired of seeing your brothers getting slain? Black, Hispanic, Native Americans. Aren't y'all tired of drinking poison water? Aren't y'all tired of eating GMO foods?
That's right.
Aren't y'all tired of being trampled under our enemies' feet? Aren't y'all tired of being exploited by your enemies in your neighborhoods? They ain't putting no money back into your neighborhoods. Shoot, blacks and Hispanics don't own the bodegas no more. Hispanics used to have the bodegas on lock. Now you see East Indians all up and through there.
Yeah, it's time to wake up, start being serious in the Most High. We tried Christianity, we tried integration,
Islam, more science,
Black
Buddhism,
Panthers.
Black Panthers, Civil Rights Movement. Think about it.
Feminism, all these are failing. None of these are working for us. Only keeping these laws, statutes, commandments, and coming back to your true nationality is what's going to get us out of this mess, fam.
Verse 9. Help us, O God of our salvation, for the glory of thy name, Slakia, for the glory of thy name, and deliver us and purge away our sins for thy name's sake.
And that's what that's why the Bible says that salvation is of the Jews, because the Israelites are the ones that need salvation the most out of everybody. We're in hell in this captivity.
Verse 10. Wherefore should the heathen say, where is their God? Let him be known among the heathen in our sight by the revenging of the blood of thy servants which is shed.
Yeah, these heathens don't fear the Most High at all. They don't fear of God. That's why they constantly kill, and then they get acquitted and not even get charged to go into trial at all. they think they can just do whatever they want because our God's not moving yet. But their time is coming.
Verse 11. Let the sign of the prisoner come before thee according to the greatness of thy power. Preserve thou those that are appointed to die.
That's right.
And render unto our neighbors sevenfold in their bosom that reproach wherewith they have reproached thee, O Lord.
So the Bible says to put the curses on them sevenfold, 7 times what they did to us. So all you wicked Edomites and other nations that are oppressing the people of the Most High, you're going to pay for this.
That's right. Verse 13. So we, thy people and sheep of thy pasture, will give thee thanks forever. Will we show forth thy praise to all generations.
That's right.
That's right. So we got to go back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, and we got to live outside of the ways of the world. And we got to give this back to our children throughout our generations to escape what our enemies are doing to us. They even got a nerve. They even got a nerve to think that we should sing their national anthem after all these things that they done to us. They still ain't gave Colin Kaepernick no job. And what's the other guy named?
Eric Reed.
Eric Reed, now he in the fire.
Yeah, the former safety of the 49ers, the person that knelt beside Colin Kaepernick, they're trying to blackball him now also.
Because they want to raise awareness about what our enemies is doing to us. But we give y'all the solution. And let's go back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. We give you the solution right here. The Most High give you the solution right here. Basic instructions before leaving earth right here. But it's up to you to pick it up. It's up to you to want to do it. Right now we're going to bring out the book of Psalms, chapter 137, verse 3. The book of Psalms, chapter 137, verse 3. For they that carried us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion.
So after they kidnapped us and wasted us away, they still want us to sing the national anthem and say, God bless America.
But man, that Colin Kaepernick that took a knee to raise awareness about us being slain by police. And they still didn't give him a job, and here we are a year later and they still killing us. And it's being caught on camera and nobody being held guilty or accountable.
And why are they trying to, if they're so-called Americans, then why are they trying to protect Colin Kaepernick's First Amendment, the right to free speech? That's hypocrisy right there.
That just shows you they don't care. That just shows you that you just another nigga right there. Because he took a knee to raise awareness. It's people all throughout the NFL. Some of them rapists, some of them domestic abusers, some of them done been in vehicular accidents, and they still playing for the NFL right now. But this man raised awareness about us being killed, and he can't even have a job. They even show you when you raise awareness about what's going on. Look at what LeBron James did during All-Star Weekend. You had a lady come on there, and he was raising awareness about how our president is, and she gonna tell him shut up and just dribble the basketball. Just shut up and dribble the basketball. So it don't even matter who you are, they still think you just another nigga.
Just an athlete, just entertain them.
That's
all you're good for.
From there, we're gonna go to 1 Corinthians chapter 6, 1-3.
Okay, before we close out this lesson, we've got to give you some solutions of how to survive in Babylon. Because it's not going to be easy while we're trying to survive till the Most High comes.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6, 1-3. Dare any of you, having a matter against another, go to the law before the unjust, and not before the saints.
So we got to quit going to our enemies to handle domestic disputes. We need to be policing the streets ourselves, policing ourselves, and quit calling the unrighteous devils in our communities.
Can. And stop making it hip to be petty. Stop making it hip to be savage. Go back to common sense. Make common sense common. Instead of the foolishness. I'm tired of seeing fight videos on Facebook. I'm tired of that foolishness. I'm tired of seeing kids getting killed by other black kids, Hispanic kids getting killed by other Hispanic kids. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of this beef over a color. Black and red, black and blue, black and gold. That's foolishness. You need to go back to loving your brothers.
Or two women fighting over a man. That's totally unnecessary.
Some of y'all brag enough, you women, y'all out your mind, y'all fighting like dudes with your shirts off. Got your breasts flapping everywhere looking all stupid. Women stand in a woman's place and a man stand in a man's place.
That's right.
We supposed to have delicate women. We got these hyper-masculine women acting fools. And then you wonder why these police coming there and doing this stuff for us and nobody thinks it's matter. We treat each other harsh too.
And women, quit calling the police on your man too because you don't want to listen to them.
Can.
And you need to find like an elder or respectable person in the community to call first in the option, a big brother or somebody to resolve the issue. Instead of always calling 911 first.
That's right, this love starts with us first. Stop beefing over light skin, dark skin. Stop beefing over black and Hispanic. Stop that. We the same damn people. You don't see it? We being oppressed together. You go to every project, we in all the projects together. The Most High put these two sticks together.
That's right.
Read Ezekiel 37. That's prophecy. He pulling down the middle wall of partition between us right now. Wake up! Got anything in closing?
Well, you want to finish it out? Man?
Okay. Dare any of you have any matter against another, go to the law before the unjust, and not before the saints. Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters?
So the saints are the so-called the Israelites of the Bible, and we're supposed to judge the world. So why are we going to people lesser to us to judge our matters?
Okay.
So if we keep the law, statutes, and commandments, then we should know what the proper judgments is when dealing with each other.
Verse 3. Know ye not that we shall judge angels?
So we're going to even judge, besides the other nations, we're going to judge the angels also when the Most High comes back.
How much more things that pertain to this life?
Con. So we got to learn how to get along with each other, family.
That's right.
And resolve our own issues.
That's right. Because it's getting close. And we don't know when the Most High coming back. It could be any day, so you better act like it's tomorrow.
That's right.
It's time to go home, y'all. I'm tired of watching my brothers getting killed. I'm tired of it. And I want to rule in the kingdom.
Exactly. And I want to bring this out too. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 17. Short verse says, pray without ceasing. So it's important these last days as Esau's turning up on us to pray. Pray when you get up in the morning. Pray before you go to bed. Pray before you get in the car, because Esau's turning it up on us with this spiritual warfare. You never, if you get stopped by a cop, you don't know if they're gonna blow your head off or not. It's rough out there in the streets. So we gotta pray for our kids before they go to school. Pray for our brothers on the streets, and pray for ourselves and pray for each other as we live in these dangerous times behind enemy lines.
I want to bring out the book of Exodus, chapter 18, verse 25. And Moses chose able men out of all Israel and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens. And they judged the people at all seasons. The hard causes they brought unto Moses, but every small matter they judged themselves. So we must be able to judge amongst ourselves and quit with the foolishness and the bickering and the arguing and the fighting and the shooting. Stop the shooting. Some of y'all, what y'all punks? Back in my day, shoot, we fought, we went home the next day, we woke up, if the issue wasn't resolved, we punked again. You're not much of a coward because that's what you is if you pulling a gun without trying to resolve a situation or even throwing your hands. You a coward. And I don't care who like you, you a coward.
And also the Bible says in the Gospels that you're supposed to go to your brother and try to resolve the conflict intellectually.
Can.
And if they don't want to hear it, then go to the other people.
Can.
So we need to resolve these issues with our minds instead of with our emotions. We're better than this.
That's right, we're better than this.
Beats.
How you gonna be a light unto the Gentiles if you ain't living the righteous way? There's no way.
You're a folly to the heathen.
That's right.
Instead of a light.
You the proverb that's within the curses. You a nigga. Anything else you want to add, brother?
Yeah, I just want to give my condolences to the family of Stephen Clark.
Karen.
Our brother in the Delaware family, which is Jeremy McDowell, and all the other victims of police violence.
That's right, R.I.P. To Jeremy Clark and Jeremy McDowell. And like you said, man, it's time, yo. We gotta stop, yo. We gotta start loving on each other so that the Most High save us from these enemies. Because they plan on devouring us. And that's life. And that's what it is. And as long as we're not keeping these commandments, we're going to be all up under these curses. And it's almost time to go. And like I said, y'all better act like it's tomorrow. Don't put off from day to day. This is Raev the Chosen, Truth Beyond the Surface Temple. You can hit us up on Facebook if you got any questions. Hit us up in our inbox, hit us up on the page. If we don't know the answer, we're gonna find out together, you know. You can look at all of our previous videos on Raev the Chosen, Truth Beyond the Surface Temple, or on YouTube at MeekIL7. And with that, we say shalom. Kwum Yashua!
God Shua!
Kwum Yashua!
God Shua!
Kwum Yashua!
God Shua!
Peace and happy Sabbath.
Peace.